welcome to Stoic Skills. Join me as I dive into the drama and see if I can uncover the real story behind Karoline Leavitt's fiery showdown with the liberal TV host who got fired overnight. A storm just hit the media world, and trust me, no one saw it coming. A prominent liberal TV host has been suddenly fired after making one shocking comment about Karoline Leavitt. But the real question is, was this just cancel culture at play, or was something much bigger happening behind the scenes? Because what happened next sent shockwaves through the industry, and it exposed a brutal truth about today's media, one that many don't want you to know. Let's rewind a bit. It was a regular night of political debate, the kind of heated back and forth that TV networks love, because let's face it, drama equals ratings. The host, known for their unapologetic liberal stance, was discussing Karoline Leavitt, a rising conservative star, when they dropped one statement. A statement so controversial, so unexpected, that it sent both sides of the political spectrum into a frenzy. The reaction was instant. Viewers flooded social media. Within minutes, the clip was circulating like wildfire. But here's the interesting part. The outrage wasn't just from conservatives. Even liberals, the host's own audience, were split right down the middle. Some defended them, calling it just an opinion, while others were furious, saying they had crossed a line. But before the dust could settle, bim, just like that, the network announced the host was fired. No warning, no apology tour, no suspension, just gone. And that's when things started getting really interesting. Because behind the scenes, something didn't add up. Was this really about one statement? Or had this host already been on thin ice with the network? Because according to multiple insiders, executives had been looking for an excuse, a reason to push them out. And why now? Because networks aren't just about news anymore. They're businesses. And in today's world, keeping advertisers happy matters more than journalism itself. And when advertisers start pulling out, that's when heads roll. But here's where it gets even crazier. Instead of staying silent, Karoline Leavitt stepped into the conversation and flipped the entire narrative. She pointed out something that a lot of people were thinking but were too afraid to say. If this had been a conservative host making the same kind of remark about a liberal public figure, would they have been fired? Or would the network have defended them, saying it was just free speech? And boom, just like that, this story became so much more than just one person losing their job. Because this wasn't just about one TV host anymore. This was about who controls the media. This was about who is allowed to speak and who gets silenced. And this was about the ugly double standards that nobody in mainstream media wants to admit. Because let's be real, TV news isn't what it used to be. It's no longer about truth. It's about what sells. It's about who brings in the advertisers. And most importantly, it's about power. And when Karoline Leavitt called out the hypocrisy, the conversation shifted overnight. Suddenly, people weren't just mad at the host. They were mad at the entire system. The question became, why is it that certain voices get protected while others get erased? And that's when people started connecting the dots. Because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Over the past few years, we've seen countless cases of selective outrage. Hosts fired for saying the wrong thing, while others get a free pass. Media outlets shaping the narrative, depending on who's paying them. Journalists silenced, not because they're lying, but because they're telling the truth too loudly. And this firing? It's just the latest example of the media's biggest game. But here's the thing, this time it backfired. Because instead of just silencing the conversation, this controversy has exploded into something even bigger. People are waking up. They're starting to ask, who actually controls the news? Who decides what we're allowed to hear? And most importantly, who's really in charge? And that's where the story takes its biggest twist yet. Because according to some insider reports, this might have been a strategic move by the network itself. See, behind the scenes, ratings had been slipping. Advertisers had been rethinking their deals. Executives were under pressure to shake things up. And now, by firing this host, they just reset the game. Think about it. They got more media coverage than ever before. They created a viral controversy that put them back in the headlines. And in the end, they might actually profit off this entire thing. So here's the real question. Did this host actually get fired because of what they said? Or was this just a power move? A calculated decision to create a spectacle that would keep everyone watching? One thing's for sure, this isn't just about one person losing their job. This is about the future of media itself. This is about who gets to speak and who gets erased. And if this story proves anything, it's that in today's world, the truth isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. What do you think?